What's good, everybody? We're back at it again, and it's me, Theo here at NOM Studios, a space where we make big stories simple and communities stronger. Today, I'm sitting across from someone who is running for Congress to bring Long Island's fight for affordability and hope to the federal level. This conversation is about to change how you think about what public service really costs. Let's get into it with Taylor Darling. How you doing?
I am so excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Theo.
Thank you for coming. I know you're a busy woman.
No. Just 12 events today. It's a light day today.
It's a light day.
Yeah.
Good. It's nice outside.
Yes, 50 degrees. I
know.
said, if they think climate change is fake, I need to meet these people because tomorrow I think we have 20 degrees and snow. So
Yeah, it's insane.
I cannot. New Yorkers are the most resilient people. We are hot. We're cold. We're everywhere. Yeah, it's a lot.
So talk to me about your career politics. You're Assemblywoman.
Yes.
And as of about a week or two ago, you are running for Congress.
Yes.
Okay.
So 3 terms in the Assembly was amazing. The first time I ever ran for office was in 2018, and we were successful in unseating an incumbent who the community felt had become unresponsive, right? And it was just this wild ride where everything that I've ever done in life made sense in that moment. Like every job where I was like forcing it, where I'm like, if I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to spread love and light. I'm here to spread, encouragement to others. Those are some of my gifts, and I'm going to make the most of it. But I always had to make the most of it. This position, public service, allowed me to take everything I've ever learned, and it was like, oh, that's why I worked at Target. That's why I worked here. That's why I worked at Popeye. Like it all started making sense, and it's really about service. And I am really good at service. I love it. Like I have my own concierge business. Anything legal in kind we did for our clients, and I just love to solve problems and improve people's quality of life. So natural public servant, and just so happy I fell into my purpose at around 34.
And talk to me about 2018 or before 2017 when you're just like, I'm going to run. Like, I feel like that's a big commitment. Like that's a big to do to say like, I'm going to run for a seat in the assembly and then actually do it, because that involves raising money, talking to people, service, like probably a bunch of things I'm not even thinking of right now. Like, so how did that decision come, and then how did you follow through on that?
Okay, I'm going to give you the New York condensed version. So that means fast.
Mm-hmm.
So around 2017, I kept saying, I feel a void, right? My community that invested in me, I moved back home. I went to school in Georgia. So I moved back home, and I came home and I really didn't recognize my community, right? I just knew this place should be just thriving. And that was not the vibe that I got when I moved back home. So I said, I need to be doing something beyond making rich people richer. How do I invest in my community like I did when I was in high school here? So I just put that seed out. January, I joined a church in Roosevelt. I did my first corporate Daniel fast, and it's about 21 days. You eat what the prophet Daniel ate in the Bible, which is pretty much anything of the earth, and you drink water, and it's just a time to be clean and focus on God and what he has for you. So I had the seed planted, do better for the community. I did this fast. My Spelman sister, who is really working tremendously on this campaign right now, ironically, she had just gotten her doctorate. So I said, let me take you to Greece. Let's go to Greece and celebrate, right? We were going in September of 2018. Literally, a message came to me, move it to March. I'm like, March? It's windy. I'm going to blow off the mountain. Like, who wants to go to Greece in March, And we had the whole island to ourselves. I listened, and we moved it, not knowing I'd be running a primary, which was at that time in September. We've moved the primaries to June since then, to try to just catch voters and make it as convenient as possible. But it was September of 2018. So I didn't even know. I didn't know why I had to move it, but I did, because I wouldn't have been able to go, and that would have been horrible. But that trip to Greece changed my life. It just put everything together spiritually, put everything together from a community perspective. And I was walking through my living room, and my sister was friends with the president of the New Hempstead Democratic Club, and they were charged to find someone who would run, who would be maybe more responsive. And they had a very short time window. My sister kept saying, you got to let Taylor do this. She'd be great. So they said, sure. And 2 days later, I was running for office. So that, I, again, didn't know what was going on. This was not in my bingo card. I just said, I want to help the community. I just said, I thought maybe a couple of trash, cleanups and, maybe, I don't know, a toy drive. Yeah. No, it was go run for office and help the state of New York. And I don't think anyone loves New York more than me. So I was really excited about that. So
now, did you feel like you knew you were going to win? Did you know, like, Taylor, I'm going to lock in, I'm going to get the seat? Or when you saw the votes come in, you're like, wow, I actually did this.
Wow. It was one of those things where we ran so hard and so fast. And it was like unlike anything anyone had ever seen before because there was such an age disparity. And some people feel like there's this old guard that kind of guards that. And we kind of seemed like we were ceiling burster. We were bursting through the ceiling and we said, we're here and we're taxpayers too. So it happened so fast that I remember we went to the watch party. And I remember my first husband, who is my Morehouse brother, he called me, said he's a genius. Like, he's so smart with everything, but especially politics. He goes, I can't believe you actually pulled this off. He said, you're going to be an assemblywoman. And I'm like, am I? Like, he knew the numbers before I did. Like, and it was surreal. But I think I'm very mission oriented. So it was like, you just got to run till this date. Just run with everything you have. So that's what I was doing. So when it finally did hit, it was like, wow, this is what community looks like. Like, you hear the chant. This is what community looks. This is what happens when the community says, we want representation that's responsive to us and collaborates with us and works with us and for us and not like at us, or we have to chase you. And I said, you found the right one, because I'm very service-based and it's been the best times of my life, honestly.
Okay. And 3 terms as Assemblywoman, correct?
Yes. Yep. 6 years.
6 years. And now you're running for Congress.
Yes. Also wasn't on my bingo card, but you know what? Listen, something magical happens when, we joke all the time, happy Black History Month, last day of Black History Month. But Black history's history. It's just world history, right? So we can celebrate us all the time, every day. But I laugh all the time when it's just like, you really look around and you don't know what's going to happen when you let Jesus take the wheel. Like I really gave God the wheel at one point in my life. And, he did so well with the assembly. I said, what's next? I had my bucket list. I finished it. I did everything I said I was going to do before I left this earth. So now I am literally strapped in most times, and I'm holding on. And where do you need me to serve? So Congress came up. The community called again. And this time it came through the clergy. And they said, hey, listen, we need someone who's going to be responsive and who's really going to fight for Long Islanders and ensure that person is on the ground as well. And yes, it's a very, very, very high position. DC is not close to Long Island by any means, but someone who their heart, their spirit, their soul's here, they've already proven that they can over-deliver for Long Island, and they're going to do it in a way where everyone feels included. And that's what we need right now. We need a lot of love and inclusion and just togetherness. Like we are dealing with some unprecedented times. I feel like I'm almost running into a burning building right now. It's burning. People are running out, and I'm like, guys, great idea. Let's go to DC and let's go fight for who's fighting for the taxpayers? Mm-hmm. If we're all fighting each other, who's fighting for the tax? That's when does work get done? That's what I want to know. And I know there are brilliant people in DC getting a lot of work done. So to say that it's just the feel of the community is we're so busy doing this. It's almost like someone compared it to being a child of divorce, like a very volatile parenting situation. Like, we're not anyone's parents as representatives or people who work for the government. We're not anyone's parents, but we are responsible for them, right? Mm-hmm. We're making parent decisions like, how are you going to be able to eat? What tax credits are going to help you? How much money will you have in your pocket at the end of this year? Will your kids be able to travel? Are they going to go to school? Will they be safe once they get to that school? Like, you're making major decisions that impact everyone's quality of life. So for me, when I look at my representatives, I want to see you working. I want to see you having coalitions. I want to see you with me. I do not want to see fighting. Like, I don't want to see it. Like, for me, it takes away from so much work that has to be done right now, because we're going through it right now here in New York.
Yeah. So what are you hearing? I mean, you just really spoke about what you're hearing for the community, but can you go into what are some of the things that you're running on that you want to make very, very clear that you feel like the community really, really needs right now?
Absolutely. Well, right now, the big word is affordability. I cannot tell you how many of my neighbors, my friends, my former constituents hopefully my future constituents, how many of them are calling me saying they're paying 4 digits to heat their homes right now, heat and light their homes. So I am not shouting out any companies, but let me tell you, there are 2 companies that are getting all of my money right now. And I said, children, it is not Miami in here. I need you all to wear your electric Snuggies because we have to do something about these utilities. These utilities are insane. So just gradually what happens with Long Islanders, right? We work hard. Those of us who weren't born here, like my family's from Brooklyn originally, we worked hard, we saved, we made sure our credit was good. We purchased a home, and we want to make sure, we're supporting our public schools, we're supporting our law enforcement, we're supporting our firefighters, but we have money to give our families experiences, right? And introduce them to things, because how do children know what they want to do? Or even adults, we should never stop being, exposed or introduced to new things, right? There's no more disposable income that we're seeing now. Like, we're seeing families having to make really tough choices. We're seeing seniors having to make choices between do I pay for my medication or do I pay for food this week? And it's just, with the snowstorms that we've had, my concern right now has really been, how are we connecting individuals to the resources when now the need has become so much greater, right? So affordability is one thing. Something else that we keep hearing a lot about is healthcare, of course, and that can be kind of looped into the affordability window, but just ensuring that people have the right coverage, right? And that their coverage is protected. We're watching how, costs last year for healthcare are sometimes tripling now that, we've had just movement in that space. We've had those, subsidies that have expired. and I'm using my words very carefully because you know what it is? I'm not there. So my big thing, like even when I had opponents who would say what they would do in the state, if I was already in the state, I like to hear what people think they would do in a position. So I never want to come into any space, and I don't come into any space saying, I have the answers and I know what to do. But it's like what it looks like on this side of the, on the other side, right? Mm-hmm. For those of us who are civilians, we're just seeing like hits in our pockets, hits for our healthcare, right? People are concerned about safety, public safety, immigration reform. Like CD4 is home to many, many, many immigrants. I mean, some people are saying new Americans. We're focus grouping, those terms because we want to be very careful and respectful of the American experience right now. None of us have been in this space where we are watching protests go completely wrong and constitutional rights be violated. And we're funding that. Like, a lot of this activity is funded by the American taxpayer. So we are watching these very scary incidents and times and figuring out what that means for our family, what that means for anyone. Are we all in jeopardy? Are some of us in jeopardy? Are some areas safe? And the answer is we don't know. No. We don't know. So that's what I'm hearing. Are we safe? Hey, I have a uncle or aunt who may be out of status, but I don't even feel safe working to get them into status because I don't want them to be a target. Hey, we're seeing a decrease in students coming to school. We're seeing a decrease in people, going to get the care that they need from our only public safety net hospital in Nassau County, because that campus is also where the ICE detention center is held. So to think about these types of things, you just look around at the systems. And I think when you look around, you can kind of tell what matters to the people who are making these decisions right now. So the community said, we need someone who's going to put humanity first, who's going to fight this with love and strategy and effectiveness. And I answered the call. So here we are.
It's kind of interesting because you kind of answered a question that I was going to ask, but you made me realize that maybe I don't need to ask that question, because one of the questions I was going to ask was how do you plan to put this into action when you get there? When you get there, not if you get there.
Yeah,
when you
I love
get there.
that. Yes, manifestation.
Yes.
Okay.
But you said you don't have the answers, but it's not about having the answers. It's just having someone up there who's willing to put into work. Absolutely. And you sound really passionate about putting into work to make sure you're connected with the right people to have the solutions. Absolutely. At some point.
Thank you. And that's it. this is a very multifaceted position. Like you can do as much as little. You can focus on legislation. You can focus on funding. You can focus on constituent affairs. You can switch up what your focuses are. Like you have full autonomy in these spaces, right? And it's really what you decide to make of it. So I think it's very interesting to see how people approach public service and what that means. And I am very, very blessed and grateful that people enjoy my approach. But I tell people all the time, I don't think it's that complicated to sit down and ask the people what it is that they want and need and then go get it. That's a representative. Like, for example, if I needed someone to return something to me, right? Return something for me to Nordstrom. This person's representing me, right? Will you please go and return this? I go return it. That's a good, they come back with a receipt. I'm grateful. That's it. That's it. I don't have to decide what you guys want. You guys tell me what you want. We figure out what that looks like, bite it down, make it into some, I call it biteable chunks, an action plan. Little, today we do this, today we meet this person, today we do this. And we have our nice little, what do you call them? It's almost like project management. We have our updates, our meetings. And before we know it, 6 months later, we've solved a problem. And we have our big wish list where we brainstorm and then we grab something else off the list. And that's the type of effectiveness that my team and I have been able to deliver. And we just gave people what it was that they asked for.
How do you plan on canvassing? How do you plan on getting around, with this election cycle, with you getting into Congress? Because, I mean, you're Roosevelt native.
No, Brooklyn native.
Brooklyn native.
Yes, and then moved around the corner from.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like right by. I say Hofstra because it's Hempstead, but people from Hempstead are like, it's really more Uniondale.
Okay.
Like, so where the Uniondale school district, I just say I live at Hofstra.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you champion home ownership programs, which, I feel like people still need. How do you plan on getting around and getting in people's faces and getting into the community? Are you going around, going to different events? Are you, having focus groups? How do you plan on getting into the community so people know, like, get out there, vote for Taylor in November?
Absolutely. Well, definitely those things. So we'll be focus grouping and they call it polling, but we're going to do some focus group stuff. It's definitely around immigration because that is a very, very important topic and we want to handle it carefully because we are very proud here in CD4 to, again, like I said, have such a diverse group of individuals from so many different spaces. And we want everyone to feel included. So we're going to be on the doors. I find nothing beats being on the doors. I have knocked on so many doors, Theo, where someone said, I've lived here for 30 years. I've never had a candidate knock on my door. And that's my jam. Because I've come to your house now and I'm telling you, I would love the opportunity to represent you. I'd love the opportunity to bring, and I always start with a question, just we build a little rapport, but it's how can I be helpful, right? Or if there was one thing that you would want changed in our community, what would it be? And from that, we're taking data. I'm a researcher first, so we're going to take that data and we use that data to drive our decisions. So say everyone's saying, we really don't like X school's field. We might do a fundraiser to bring attention to that field. So we use data, we use the feedback that we get on the doors from our prospective voters, our taxpayers, our stakeholders here, and that's how we guide our decisions.
Okay. And politics are brutal. How do you kind of navigate that space of your personal life and politics? Especially now you're going to the Congress level, so things are a little spicy
look
up
at
there,
that, aren't they? I would say stay tuned. How do I handle politics? It can be brutal. I'm a very friendly person. And I'm realizing there's a difference between nice and kind. So I'm kind of on my Drake, nice for what? No more nice. I will always be kind, right? Because politics is brutal. And you think that if you share moments with someone and you're friendly with someone, that, certain things could never happen. And I definitely learned people can absolutely turn their back on you in this. And I think someone said, there are no permanent friends or enemies in politics. I don't really live by that rule. It's like if you are about pushing Long Island forward, I will work with anyone. But as far as people that I call friendly or friends, I had to learn and to trust the tribe that I came in with, the tribe that was here when I had a title, the tribe that was here when I didn't have a title. So that's what I've learned. And I joke and say my circle of trust is so small, it's a dot now. And it's safer that way. I have to protect this. I have to protect me because I'm the one representing, bringing that love and light, bringing solutions, bringing encouragement. I have solved problems that have torn communities apart for 30 years in 6 months because I know how to go in. I know how to achieve and accomplish the mission. I do. However it needs to be done, I do it, and I do it with a smile, a style, and a grace that most people like. Some people don't, but most people really like it because guess what? You said politics is brutal. It's long hours. Some things are boring. Like we're tired. It's a lot of energy transfer. Mm-hmm. So I make any experience you have with me in my district the most positive experience you have. So when I call and say, hey, my district needs XYZ, they are happy. People are happy to be there for us. And that's who you want representing you, especially when America's doing this right now. We need a lot more of this.
Yeah, absolutely. What really like motivated you as a little girl or in your adult life to really do this? Because as you know, as it's currently Black History Month, this is going to come out during Women's History Month, but it's currently Black History Month. So you have a lot of, especially little girls of color who, whether you know it or not, are looking up to you and saying like, thinking that, oh, I won't be able to do that. But seeing Taylor Darling and saying like, Taylor Darling's doing it. That means I could do it too.
Oh my God, no. That's a blessing. And that's how I know this is God, because Taylor Darling didn't do any of that. I feel like he's using me. Like I never wanted this. So I know I'm on that right path. So what I say to those little girls is they are beautiful. They can do absolutely anything they want to do, but start saving for a house right now. What are you, 3? You got to have your down payment together by 5 because it is hard. No, I'm joking. I tell them to just go confidently in whatever direction they want to go and have one new experience every day. Every single day, I have one new experience, no matter how big or small. It's been skydiving one day. It could be a new gum flavor. It could be, oh, we've never gone down that street. Today, you guys are my new experience, one of them. Like, I've never been in this building before. So when you're intentionally living in a space where you are living, you're not just alive, you're living, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So when someone says, hey, do you want to run for office? You're ready for your suddenly. If it feels right for you and your family or whoever your support system is, do it. Just like I said, why not? I've never run for assembly, and that turned out great. So when they call for Congress, I've never run for office on the federal level, but why not? Let's do it. Let's see. Yeah. Now I can tell the story, and I'm living. You know, it's really great. It's really fun. Very exciting. Talk to me in like 3 months, and I might be like, oh my God, Theo, why did you stop me?
No, I've seen you plenty of times. You're always like up and ready. I mean, where was I when I saw you? You came to our Top Golf event, but
it was amazing.
Thank you. Yep. But I saw you at the toy drive event.
Yes.
So, yes. And you were just like super high energy, like, everybody, there's toys coming. Like,
throwing toys at people. But you know, it's funny you mentioned this. So like, I haven't really come out public about this yet. Yeah. But I don't like labels. I'm not a big label person, right? Like people say, what are you? Are you this? Are you this? I am neurodivergent, and I always have been, and I do not speak about it, but I've always been in special education classes because we were advanced. Like I went to college at 16, but you know, we were so programmed to think when you say special education that it's just, you know, situations where people might need more time or have more opportunities that need to be developed. No, it's also on the other end of the spectrum. So I was diagnosed with ADHD, and I said, I might have to start telling people this, because they're like, nobody likes their job this much. Why are you so excited? Like, your energy is way too high. I was like, I got to get in front of this. No, but I turned 42 last year, and it's something just clicked. I'm who I am. Like, but I'm comfortable to say that the energy. I'm so good at this because the energy this job requires you to be able to pull your attention to many things at one time. It's a lot of energy transfer, and it just works for how my brain works. I'm a very fast processor. I'm really excited when other people are excited. I get really sad when other people get sad. So there's that I'm working on. Like I have like smoky quartz on so I can like deflect that type of energy. I'm grounding. I'm hiking now. I hike every Sunday. Okay. So those are the things that I do to ground myself, to keep myself in this space, because with the inner, like I pray I can sustain this energy, but this energy is exactly what's needed to be able to hit all these communities. CD4, you know, you're responsible for about 710,000 constituents. That's 23 areas in Nassau County, one of the wealthiest counties in the country, which I would say means also one of the wealthiest in the world, right? And there's so many different needs. There's so many different just like vibes. And you have to be able to kind of jump in and out of that, by making everyone and getting to know people and being excited about getting to know people. Like, I think that's a big part of it. So I'm going to definitely use my neurodivergence and lean on that a lot more, because that's a lot of energy. You saw the toy drive. It was like, I was high energy for like 6 hours. Like that's not, and that's no energy drinks, no coffee.
I don't think I've ever seen you low energy.
No. This is me low. This is me low. Like this is me calm and serious now. Hold on. Let me be congressional. Well, Theo.
No, we don't need that.
Look, well, Theo, you know, I feel like when they reformed, like, I'm like, you know, it's funny. I was in, when I got into my first doctoral program, I was 19 years old, and they did not want to let me in because they felt like I needed more experience. But I had done some research programs, and I was like, please let me be a doctor by 25. I've been in school my whole life. I'm tired. I just want to stop, you know? They said, okay, we'll take a chance on you. They proceeded to let me know they did not think that like I was serious enough to be a clinical psychologist, because I liked fashion and I smiled in the elevator and I was kind to people. And I just said, clinical does sound like a cold word. It does sound cold, but I said, you don't think people who are having, you know, maybe some of the most difficult times of their lives might want some
to smile,
energy. Might want like a different, even if some people might not want that, but like a different type of approach. So that narrative really stuck with me, where it's like, wow, you really don't fit in a lot of places. And politically, I don't. Like, I've walked into rooms and it's like, what? But I'm embracing that now. Like, I'm embracing it. As long as the community likes it and I deliver for them.
Well, if there's not a seat, make a seat.
Yep.
There you go.
Right there. Okay. All right. If there's not a seat, make a seat.
You're about to make that seat.
Okay.
So I got a couple of hot takes for you.
Ooh,
you could agree or disagree.
Okay.
Politicians care more about re-elections than results.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. That's my answer. That was the most political thing I ever did. Not me. Yes.
Long Island is harder to change than New York City.
Yes. Agree. I'm sorry. Agree.
Social media has made politics better.
Agree.
Bipartisanship is dead.
Disagree. You
have to play the game to change the game.
Agree.
Okay. Coming in hot. Okay. Okay, so you said how many constituents you have in
CD4.
CD4?
Congressional District 4. That's New York 04. I think they're going to be anywhere between 705,000 to 710,000, depending on the census and how people move in and out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to say 710,000.
Yes.
That's your camera right there.
Yes.
When you win this congressional seat, what is the first thing that you're going to fight for? Talk to them. They're watching right now, all 710,000.
Ooh, the first thing I'm going to fight for. That is a really good question. Okay. Whatever it is you guys want me to fight for. So I will be coming to a door near you. We are in the middle of our petition process. So we have to have a certain number of signatures secured by Democrats who live in CD4, since I am running in the primary for the Democratic line. So I will be on your doors asking for your signatures. I will be at your stores. I will be at your gyms. I will be all over Nassau County. So I want to hear from you. What is the first thing that I should fight for? I, as a constituent, would say affordability. Anything that we can do to give us a break, like throw a check down the way, something, because Long Island, we're feeling the burn, and everything's going up, but our salaries right now. So it's complicated. So that's what I would say as a constituent, but I want to hear from you. What is the first thing that you'll have me fight for when we are victorious in this election? And I am your next Congresswoman representing Nassau County's New York CD4.
Awesome. What's one thing you would say to 16-year-old Taylor if you could go back right now?
It's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay. Like, I would say that. Like, I had a hard time convincing people that I was not like a Disney character at Spelman. They were like, no one wakes up at 4 a.m. and reads their Bible and wears 4-inch heels to an 8 a.m. class. We're rolling out of bed, and my Spelman sisters will attest to that. They said every day, good morning. And they were just like, girl, it is 6 a.m. Like, what is wrong with you? And it's okay to be different. It's okay. I will say that to her.
Maybe we need the Disney character.
Yes, right? I know. Sleeping Beauty, yeah.
I see you totally being like a Disney princess.
I would love a Disney
Like
princess?
Yeah.
I'm here for Disney. Wait, do we like Disney?
Let's do research.
Okay, yeah. We could listen, Disney was a big reason. It's a big reason I feel like there's hope, right? I learned that villains are made from Disney. I learned that impossible does not exist from Disney. And I learned that
Disney gave us hope.
They gave us hope.
Yeah.
Like so many people told Walt, like, no. And look what he's not here anymore. And his legacy lives on forever, of just hope and innovation. And that's what we're here to restore. We're here to restore hope, for the people. So we're excited.
All right. So tell us where we could find you. Tell us how we could help with your run this year.
Okay.
Tell us how we could just help you, where we could find you.
Absolutely. So how you can help is definitely spreading the word. TaylorDarlingNY.com. It is actually being built out as we speak. So it says launching soon. It will be launching soon. I am Taylor Darling is my Instagram. That is my voice most of the time. I might have to relinquish a little control, but most posts are mine. That's how I express myself through media and visuals. I just love Instagram so much. And you can help by literally going on my IG, going to TaylorDarlingNY.com and signing up to volunteer, sending the link, donating money to the campaign. It costs a lot of money to run for office. And we've never had a Black congressperson represent, or member of Congress represent Long Island ever in history. And there's a part of my heart that feels like money is a big reason why. It costs a lot of money to run for any office, but each office has its own cost, and it matters if you're running against someone or you're the incumbent. So if you see people of color and they are stepping up to run, especially women, because women of color are considered the most oppressed groups of people, please do give to their campaign. Please understand that it's a lot harder. Just like the pay disparity in jobs happens, so does sometimes the contribution disparity. So it's a lot harder to do that. So just spread the word, volunteer, and send money. Yeah. And so we can outreach as many people as possible. That's what we do with the money. It's outreach to get as many confirmed ID'd voters as possible.
And can they use your Instagram also to ask you questions?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to hear from you guys. We're going to do some listening tours. If you guys want me to get on Instagram Live, we can do that. If you want me to cook a meal, we have a segment coming up, really important ones, but one I'm excited about is what's in my mobile office. I carry around a mobile office, and I want to show people what it takes to run for office in my very heavy Lululemon bag.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome. The vibe in here is so nice.
Yeah, the vibe is always nice. And always welcome back.
Thank you.
We'll have you back when you win.
Thank you. Yes. You guys, definitely the win party. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys. This is what we do here at NOM Studios. Make big stories simple. If this hit home, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay creative, stay hungry, stay NOM. Happy Black History Month and happy Women's History Month, guys. And that's a wrap, guys. This is why we do what we do at NOM Studios, making big stories simple. If this hits home, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay creative, stay hungry, stay NOM.